started recording breakers in 2024. And today we started turning that over to attorney general offices, district attorney offices, and gambling commissions, if there were any in certain states, to start looking into the criminal side of the illegal gambling that is going on. Okay, the IRS, we turned this over to the IRS last month, okay, along with a list of 57 breakers. And I spoke to 3 different class action attorneys today.
Holy shnikes.
Holy shit, this is insane. Max. Yeah, quiet, sorry.
On tonight's live, a caller made a serious claim that the IRS may be looking into breakers and that he has plans to pursue a possible class action lawsuit with Whatnot and possibly a lawsuit versus Fanatics. We've not verified those claims, but they raise some important questions, and we'll listen to what's said, and I would assume there's much more to come in the very near future.
My team, so just to give people an idea, so let's backtrack just a hair. I did not just start this yesterday or the day before. So my team and I, which consists of an assistant and another paid employee, started recording breakers in 2024 on Whatnot and eBay because we really thought it was gambling. So everything from the dumbass who does the spin wheel on Whatnot to the people that are doing the random breaks, the numbered breaks, the buy one, get one free breaks, the get an extra spin break. So we recorded approximately 47 breakers and approximately between 6 and 8 hours of video footage, condensed those all onto 2 terabyte hard drives each. And today we started turning that over to attorney general offices, district attorney offices, and gambling commissions, if there were any in certain states, to start looking into the criminal side of the illegal gambling that is going on.
Are you in the mafia?
Woke up this morning. You got no plans to choose. You got no plans to choose. You got no plans to choose.
Some of those rooms we've been in those rooms on the live. I had never been on Whatnot. One show we went on a live. It's degenerate stuff.
It is, but we also have videos from public Facebook accounts, public Twitter, public TikTok, where you have the purchasing done. Because you know how you can jump into like a breaker and they'll put you on the video up in the corner sometimes, you know, or they'll show you. Well, we got videos of underage kids purchasing into breaks.
Hey now. You're taking the right angle. You're taking the right angle there. So I know you have more news than that. Yeah, it is a great angle. And I thought it was big news that you're reaching out to some of these agencies and they're hearing you. It's not just sitting there from you're saying they're listening, they're hearing.
Well, yeah, because there's major tax implications here for the states and people don't want to hear this. If the states get involved and we put regulations in place, breakers will be forced to pay the equivalent of gambling taxes like a DraftKings and your other, sports betting sites, which means it will put a large chunk of breakers completely out of business.
Many.
That's many. I'm not looking to ruin people's lives. I'm looking to save lives. Lives of people who gamble, lose everything, and in some cases kill themselves because they lost all their money for their wife and their kids because they were in their 40s and thought they were going to get a Cooper flag. And now they don't have the money for the mortgage. This is real, people. You're just not hearing about it because you don't, the breakers that you watch don't want to talk about this. You know,
no, or none of the industry either, because the hobby does, but the industry, all the influencers don't want to really talk about it either. They don't want to shed any negativity on the hobby. So it's great that we're doing it. You know, it's great that it's not I'm so glad. I'm speaking for everyone in the chat. I feel it's just you taking a lead is a great thing. It's really great. So, and I know you have more.
I just saw
some of you want to share more, but
I mean, at the end of the day, these sites like Whatnot, they're trying to isolate themselves. So let me explain the terms and conditions and user agreements when you sign up for Whatnot. They put in there that you cannot sue them or do a class action against them as part of agreeing to use their site. Well, guess what? If you're committing a crime, your user agreement is as good as toilet paper. You can wipe your ass with it. When you're breaking the law, terms and condition pages do not apply. Okay? And I spoke to 3 different class action attorneys today. 3. We are holding meetings next Tuesday with 2 of them to discuss getting law enforcement involved directly through us in a specific state to go after the terms and conditions page based on Whatnot currently breaking state and federal gambling laws and letting minors purchase on their sites.
it's real. That's real. So it went from maybe federal laws to maybe class action.
Yes,
and you'll get thousands of signatures, people to sign up.
And once I have the information that I can relay out, I will then give you an email that you can post publicly for people to send their information to be considered for the lawsuit.
And would it be people that have purchased on Whatnot, or how would that work?
Purchased on Whatnot. Purchased on Whatnot and lost substantial amounts of money. You got to be able to show your receipts, people. Okay? We're not talking $10 here.
You mentioned, I don't know if you want, like, this is all rolling as we go, right? This is in the works. It sounds like it's not something you're talking about doing a year from now. This is something that's in the works.
No, this is going to happen fairly quick. You know, like tomorrow I got 2 people, their job all day, they're on my payroll. Their job is tomorrow to reach out to gambling commissions, attorney general offices, and district attorney offices to send videos of Whatnot and other breakers who are on Fanatics Live showing what is going on these sites, and also dual videos showing children who are definitely under the age of 18 purchasing into breaks, and full acknowledgement with the breaker talking to the kid, wishing them luck.
I don't doubt that at all. I mean, that's fully believable. A lot of these breakers, I'm not saying the ones that you are saying, but a lot of them on that Whatnot, they're 24-year-old kids themselves. You know, a lot of these people running the break.
Well, I just saw somebody on your message there talk about capital gains. So yes, you're dead on. So yes, my team has already contacted the IRS under whistleblower statutes. Okay, the IRS, we turned this over to the IRS last month. Okay, along with a list of 57 breakers and an additional 20 different bounties. and the people that offered the bounties, and we tracked down a grand total of 18 people who we publicly know.
Sorry about that.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
No, go ahead. That was a mistake. Go ahead.
Okay, so we tracked down a majority.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 57 breakers, and then we tracked down individuals who pulled cards that were eligible for bounties. We backtracked on who paid the bounty, and we've reached out, and now we officially have 7 people who openly admitted that they did not receive a tax form.
And you were talking about big bounties, I believe, not a small bounty.
Yeah. No, we're not. No, this is anything over $25,000. Because here's the thing. When you pull a card, let's just say you pull a super refractor. Let's use Cooper Flag. He's the hot guy right now. So you pull a Cooper Flag out of a break, and there's a break bounty. So you get your $10,000 break bounty, or it could be $10,000 cash. If they give you $10,000 cash, I mean, you got to get a tax form. Odds are you're going to be paying between 30 and 42% on that right out of the gate, because that's how it would be taxed, pretty much like gambling. And then on top of it, you get your Cooper Flag card that you bought into the break for, let's just say $3,000. You sold it for $100, and you sold it for $100 under 3 years. Capital gains applies. So now you're at 30% tax on your Cooper Flag. So now you're paying $97,000. Well, not paying 97. You invested, you got it for $100, you invested $3,000. So your taxable amount is $97,000. 30% of that goes to Uncle Sam at minimum, depending on what tax bracket you're in. And I'm not here to give IRS tax filing advice, people. But at the end of the day, just like examples of some of these guys who bought these Steph Curry, I'm not going to say who, somebody bought a Steph Curry night autograph, I think out of 5 or 10. And they bought it raw, they got it graded. Well, when they sell that card and make an additional $10,000, $20,000, well, capital gains applies. And that is what's going on with the card industry. And this is what we sat down and discussed in person with the IRS office in DC last month.
Whoa, you had not, that is new news to me. That you did not share. That's wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I personally went down with my lawyer to file the whistleblower statute in regards to breakers on Whatnot and Fanatics, and the guys and gals offering these bounties, because there are tax implications here. So I will tell you now, I know for a fact that the IRS is looking into at least 12 of them right now. At least 12. So, hey guys, if you get a knock on your door, probably came from me. What's up? But
Frank,
this is real.
Very real. Frank, why did you hop on? What's up?
So I'm coming from the comments section of the video, the rebroadcast of Mike from the first time, and a lot of the commenters were just talking about the out and out fraud of the breakers, like even beyond this gambling aspect. These instances in which they have the outcome already predetermined by either CT scanning the boxes or just all the nefarious things that they do. And that was a very, very common sentiment, and just more compelling to everything that you're talking about here. So just
Frank, before he go, when I talk to Mike,
and we had the slides too, Prof. Of the comments from that video.
It's funny because I have the same thing Chat does. I want to talk to him. My biggest beef is the dirty marketing and manipulation in marketing.
Yeah.
But it's like what the angle he is taking, he's doing the right thing because there's legality to it. It's really hard to disprove here, where everything else, it's hard to, what is he going to do? Go see the CT scan. It just, I feel like the way we're looking here is a streamline versus all these other things. That's a little bit harder to really nail down. So that's been my experience talking to him.
So let me pull back the curtain on something that I have not spoken to you about at all, Professor. So I know for a fact. So Upper Deck can scan their boxes and they immediately know what the contents are. Did you know this?
Do they say that? They like publicly admit that?
I literally know this for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
It is fact. They know the contents of the box. So, and this goes back all the way back. I mean, ever since the UPC code is on the side, they know what's in each box that goes out the door. That's Upper Deck. That's how good their quality control is. Upper Deck's not involved in this. Okay, but I'm telling you, that technology has been around since the late 90s. Okay, and if Upper Deck has it, then you know full well Fanatics knows exactly what in their boxes, along with Panini. And all you got to do is pass along somebody to have access to your database, and they got a scanner. They'll know exactly what case to open, and then the boxes inside the case, they will know the contents. Anybody that tells you otherwise is full of you know what. This is real. You can scan a box and know what's in it if you're part of the company, because they got to track to make sure shit's going in the boxes.
Tracks with us. We've thought it for a long time. Now, Mike, I have a question. Ziggy would love to talk to you. I'd like to get... I hope, Ziggy, you could just ask questions. I think you're a good... You said you have a lot of questions.
I got about 6 minutes, guys, and then I got to roll.
Ziggy will be a good person to ask quick questions. Ziggy, try not to project or your thoughts, because we want Mike. So I hope that you take this time that we're giving with Mike to ask questions. So let's throw Ziggy on, and Mike, thank you for doing that. Ziggy, how we doing?
Thank you, guys. I'm also a fellow Mike, by the way, Mike. And yeah, I have a few questions. And I also, just quickly, Mike, I'd love to connect with you later on and help you with what you're doing. I've been involved with breaks for years, a decade. I recently helped start Queens of Cards. I'm no longer actively involved in Queens of Cards, but I can talk to you all about breaking. I have a lot I could love to share. I know a lot. Anyway, my questions for you, what you're talking about, what should we really expect? And I'll give you some examples. I've been told the best case is you're going to get 1 or 2 states. It will happen at a state level. Will come in and look at it as gambling and put a tax on it. Very much like I think you'll see that in those poly market games, right? But do we think this will ever be something that will really impact the entire hobby? I just see state hopping going on. Everybody will move to Florida. Like, where do you think this goes? And what can we, if we're really concerned, do we write to our local congressman, our senator, our state and local government? Do we tell them to look at what's going on? Hey, there's a documentary coming out. What can we do to get behind this? I will let you know. I looked at this in the state of Virginia years ago, was working with this at the state level for children. And the answer I got was it's so complicated to explain this. And when you're looking at something like Pokemon and sports cards, I was told, again, their priorities are...
Ziggy's got 6 minutes. Come on.
Those are my questions. What can we expect?
Okay, Ziggy, so to answer the one question, what you can expect. You can expect over probably the course of the next year for the IRS to start its internal investigation like they already are into audits. The audits will then turn into something bigger, because now the IRS will then bring in other multiple letter organizations to investigate the gambling side. The tax implications are going to crush some of these guys. They're going to get caught for tax evasion, okay? Because some of these breakers pull these big cards, they have a bounty, then they sell them and they don't report them on their taxes, okay? And then you have a breaker driving around in a brand new Porsche Lamborghini. That's number one. Number two, call your local attorney general for your state. Well, your attorney general's office. Tell them you want to file a complaint for an illegal gambling site. And then go online and fill out the form. We had over a year of getting videos. So we got spin wheels, I mean, that's 100% gambling. We got breakers talking about, come on, take your shot. That's gambling. You are encouraging it. Not you, but people are encouraging this. And I advise breakers who are just getting started right now, Stop. Stop right now. Make tonight your last night of breaks, because when this goes forward and we tear down the terms and conditions of Whatnot and Fanatics, terms and conditions don't apply when you're breaking the law. Period. And you're complicit. And Fanatics and Whatnot are complicit on both sides of this, guys. Fanatics owns card manufacturing. They can manipulate pricing. I mean, look at some of these Dutch auctions, for crying out loud.
Mike knows what he's talking about. Ziggy, are you satisfied with that answer? That was a good answer.
I have a rebuttal. I don't want to overwhelm you, Mike. I mean, again, on the tax side, I'll tell you, most breakers are very, very aware of the tax implications, and they're doing everything they can to make sure they're tracking taxes. Also, the transfer you're talking about, a card of value, this is very similar to the art community, right? I'm just saying that I've talked to professionals about this. I hope you're right. I know what you're doing. I'm just saying that they're educated. You're right. They understand what they're doing. They understand it's a form of gambling. They understand the repercussions. We also, I think everybody expects it's going to come. I'll also tell you this too, man. It's such an easy place to make money. Like you say, if you're getting in a break and get out, it's hard to tell to people, man. It's the easiest job to make money in. So that's why there's so many people in it. I'll also say there's a black market. So even if you shut down Whatnot and Fanatics Live tomorrow, it's going to happen on IG.
Well, yeah, I don't think his goal is to shut down anything. I think his goal is to get it looked at as gambling,
regulated.
Yeah.
But again, if you do that, my point, Mike, is the core of this is not the distribution, which is what breaking is. It's the product itself. And you have a product that is a chase and has odds on it, and everybody knows that. And here's a good example. Someone mentioned me. How many products come out where their aftermarket value spikes as high as sports cards do? You'll have FOMO markets where items will spike up, like those Labubus go up, but then 6 months later they come down. Sports cards actually retain.
Why do you think odds have been removed off a lot of products?
Because they can, but in some states, some places they can't. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's too much money. You have to go over to the product. You have to make in my opinion, the product should be 18 or older to purchase. I don't think.
Ziggy, what about Orlando saying it brings discovery? Because that's something we've also talked about with me and Mike, is it makes things more open and they have to show things, which is already a win.
I also want to point out the whole gaming community is moving towards these blind box gifts too for the kids. So you're fighting a market. Like, you're going to go into consumers and say, hey, this is gambling. And if I'm defending this, I'm saying, yeah, but so is the Labubu box, guys. So is the Pokemon chase. You're chasing Charizard. Like, it's very hard to legislate.
Neither of those have real breakers.
Conservative states will. Utah, possibly.
Neither of those have breakers don't exist in those communities, really.
You can block the buyers in those states, just like gambling. That's what you expect. Like, I think Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Well, Mike says yes, they do. Okay, Mike Ham. Go ahead, Mike. Oh, did we lose him? Is 6 minutes? Where'd he go? Well, Dan the card man showed up. Dan, how you doing?
How's it going? Why is he only got 6 minutes? Is he calling from a payphone?
No, the guy, he's really, he's a TV producer. I mean, he's a busy dude. So he's the right guy to be doing this. That's the one from the conversations I had. He is the right guy to be doing this.
I was only joking about the 6 minutes because like the payphone machine money must have run out.
Am I on the screen? Can you hear me?
Yeah, Ziggy, we hear you, but Mike just called back. Mike, what's up?
Cool.
So here's the thing, though. At the end of the day, guys, we're going after this, which is the easier ways. We're attacking terms and conditions, pages through the legal way. We're going through the tax implications, and we're going through the attorney general offices, the district attorney's offices, and the gaming commissions. Because here, at the end of the day, government always wants their cut. So that is what should scare the crap out of the breakers, because their margins, according to Steve at Filthbomb, are single digits. Now, I don't know how true that is. I have not seen his books. But at the end of the day, we're going about this what I think is the most strategic way to go after it. And at the end of the day, I'm proud of the work that we put in so far.
Well, I'm proud of you too. I'm excited. Again, Mike, if we can help in any way, let us know. Please, keep us up to date. if I can help anyway at my state level, I'm outside DC too. So if I can help you in DC, let me know.
This
But
has
guys-
this has been something Ziggy's been wanting for a long time, and so he's even looked into it himself. So Mike, we just appreciate you a bunch.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
I'll finish that thought. He ran out of time. I think he was going to say, Dan, how you doing, Dan?
Good. It's actually a really good conversation. This is, something I've been pretty passionate about for a long time as well. So it's good to sort of see we're actually getting some traction. Like the stuff he's saying about, breakers need to sort their shit out because things can change overnight. Like that's again, something I've been talking about for a long time. Like they don't understand how good they have it right now. And it's, not going to take much to get somebody's attention to want to get that tax revenue, to want to get their share of the pie. And overnight, that industry could be destroyed. Like just as easy it is for a breaker to enter the industry and start making money is going to be just as quick for them to be replaced. And I don't think enough of them understand that, and they don't appreciate the position they're in, right? Like things can disappear overnight. And, just because a Whatnot and a Fanatics Live sort of allows this kind of shady shit to happen doesn't mean you have to be a breaker and pertain in that, right? Or whatever the word is. Like you can still be a decent breaker and not be a scumbag to your sellers or to your buyers. Sorry. So it's crazy to me how there's so many breakers out there that feel like they need to do that. Like they don't understand how privileged they are. The things can disappear, can be pulled out from under them overnight, and they're back to being nobodies.